There we go. We're gonna start our first impression BJJ episode number 10 with Elaine Wynn, right? There you go. How are you, Elaine?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So we've been talking for I would say over a month, I would say, right? Something like
Yeah.
that, a few
Mhm.
weeks, and finally we got to do the Zoom call and get this
Woo.
going, right? I would like you to introduce a little bit of yourself, and then we're gonna keep going.
Okay. It's so confusing about my name. I put Elaine Wynn, which is a middle name, and then Wheeler is my maiden name, and Beiersdorfer is my last name. So you'll see any of those names on Instagram, depending on who I'm talking to.
I get it. I
So
get it.
Elaine is still fine.
Yeah. Um, do you so how did you start with like the idea of training jiu-jitsu?
I actually started in the judo class when I was 69. I
Okay.
had a little bit of judo when I was in my 20s, and nobody taught it in the town I live in now, Birmingham. And so I just forgot about it. And then I found out when I was 69 that there was a gym that taught judo. So I called down there and asked them if they took old people. And the professor said, okay. So I just showed up to judo class. And after a few weeks of judo, he said, why don't you try the jujitsu mat? Because it was right next to it. And he taught both of them.
Okay.
He's a black belt in both judo and jiu-jitsu. So I
Amazing.
did judo, one night, and I did jiu-jitsu the next night. And after a while, I sort of mainly concentrated on jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. Uh-huh. That's awesome. That's awesome. But what came on your mind? Like, I want to try this martial art, like with judo in the case. Like as at the beginning, when you said, "Oh, you know what? I want to try this thing." What you had in mind?
Well, my husband was in college, and I was bored at night, and somebody said, oh, there's some girls teaching a judo class. I didn't really even know what it was, but it sounded interesting, and I tended to like that sort of thing. And what I tell you what sold it on me. We had a friend that was going with me, one of my husband's friends, and he was big, 6 feet tall, big guy, and he missed one of the classes. And so the next week he said, Elaine, what did they do this week? And I just did an osotogari on a flip, and he fell flat on his back. It was great. And I went, it worked because I'm 5 feet tall. I mean, I'm
I
little.
fit. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
5'6". I'm
So
small
I
too.
was so impressed that I could actually knock somebody down that was so much bigger than me,
Yeah, yeah.
that sort of sold me on the whole judo thing.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's good. So your friend is pretty much one of the main reason that you kind of, got into that, right?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
The
He,
yeah.
well, I guess just, I haven't seen him in 50 years.
Uh-huh.
The guy. But
That's
if I ever see him again, I'll tell him that's why.
so. And then you start doing the judo, and then in the same gym so you said that they had the place of jiu-jitsu beside it or at the same place?
At the same place, just on a different mat.
Okay.
Judo was on one mat and jujitsu on the next mat. And so, you could do one and then go around and go to the next class, the advanced
Okay.
class. It was great. I like them both, really.
So your judo coach, start to make this transition for you. Okay, you should do jiu-jitsu. And then you went and then you did the jiu-jitsu class.
Pretty much everything he told me to do, that's what I did.
Okay. That's good. That's a good student. A good student.
That's true.
How was your first class of jiu-jitsu?
I loved it. I mean, I was all in from the very first. I really did. It was just, I like wrestling around on the ground.
Yeah.
I had older brothers, so I got a lot of that when I was growing up.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was really fun for me. I thought it was great. Of course, I didn't know anything, but
Yeah.
I gave it my all. I came away with all kinds of bruises.
I'm sure at the beginning we got all the bruises possible. We get it, right?
Yeah.
Elaine, when you did the first class, you got into a class like right straight to class, regular class, or you had one-on-one class?
No, I went straight to regular class.
Straight it's regular class, and then you
Yeah,
say, okay, oh, okay. So they put you up with a partner, and then you start to do the drills and stuff like that right away.
that's right.
Oh, okay. How did you feel about like was it the room like full of people? How is the class there? You have like a lot of training partners?
Usually 20 to 30 people
Okay,
in the class. It's a
that's
fairly
really
good
good.
sized class. The professor put me with a girl that sort of knew what she was doing, a higher
Yeah.
white belt actually. And so she really helped me with that. And then, after the first class, they let you start rolling, you know,
Yeah.
which is really fun. Love that.
I'm sure it's really fun. Everyone loves to roll, right? But I feel like we are trying to make jiu-jitsu a little bit more easier for the first comers, right? Because a lot of people, whenever you don't have that feeling of, oh, I'm gonna go and train jiu-jitsu, when you not really willing to do that, and then you get to the gym and you see people rolling, like going hard, it's kind of whoa, right? You look and you say, but then so at the first day you start training and you did the drills and then you roll in the first day.
Uh, Not the first day, they won't let you. You just
Okay.
watch.
Yeah.
After that, especially in the beginners class, which is, I guess, what the 6 o'clock class is, they would put you like in a side control position, and your job was to try to do whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
One was passing, one was. So we weren't actually standing up to roll till you got into the advanced class. But
Okay.
you still got to wrestle around on the mat lots with
Yeah,
somebody.
without no, I get it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's nice. Then okay, so how long took you to do the first roll?
What do you mean?
Like after training, after drills and keep going to the gym, and then you said, okay, because the first day you watch it, right? The second day, did you already roll?
Yeah.
Or second day you already did the training and then you went to rolling?
Well, what they did is they would line us up on the wall and put several people on the mat, like in side control,
Yeah.
and or on their back, and then you had to go and get on side control, and their job was to, I guess, sweep you or whatever, and you were trying to keep them from doing that.
Yeah.
So they did that from the second day. I started doing that, and when you lose, you just go back to the end of the line and you go back down, and then you start another
Uh-huh.
partner. And so I was wrestling with the guys and the girls, everybody, the
Everybody.
teenage boys. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's a type of a specific training, right? You start in a position, and then when you
yeah,
reach whatever you have to do, you guys go back to the position and start again,
that's right.
right?
That's
What do you do you have any idea like what people whenever they saw you at the gym, because they see like you said you're 69, right?
I'm 72 now.
When you start, okay, so see when
I
you
was
start
69 when I started.
when you
Yeah,
start
62.
like did people like when they look to you, did some people say thing to you like, oh wow, that's amazing? What people said to you?
You know, I don't remember anybody really saying anything. They were very welcoming.
Okay.
Now, in judo class, the professor kept saying, "Don't throw her," and I went,
Don't.
I'm fine. He said, you can let her throw you, but you can't throw her. So it took a few weeks for him to finally say, well, you can throw
Okay.
her, but carefully.
Careful, yeah.
He was afraid I was going to break, because judo's a rough sport. It's rough.
Yes. So
Uh,
for how long you did judo?
oh, I've done it on and off since the beginning. They haven't started back teaching judo since the lockdown with the virus.
Okay, yeah.
So, but they teach some judo throws in jiu-jitsu class.
Jiu-jitsu, exactly. So you good to whenever you're training, you go stand up and do some throws too?
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing. And then so you start at 69, you're 72. How long did you take to take your blue belt? Your blue belt right now, right?
Yes. Seemed like it was about maybe a year and a half.
Awesome.
Uh, and I may have, I feel like I got it a tad early, because my professor wanted to take me to the World Masters
Yes.
that August of last year. And I said, I don't even have a blue belt. And he said, well, you will. And I said, I've never competed. And he said, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, exactly.
So I went, and So I was a very new blue belt, very, very new.
When you
I've
did
only got one stripe on my blue belt right now. Hopefully I'll get another one in the spring if I work
you
hard.
keep working hard, you're gonna get it for sure. So you already did the World Masters?
Yes, I
Awesome.
did that in August of 2019.
2019. And so was that the match that I think I saw a match of you and another lady 2 or 3 months ago? Is that am I right?
Oh no, yeah, that was the Pans. That was
That was
the
the pants,
Pan
yes.
American down in Orlando.
How was it?
It was great. I got choked out, but I hung in there for the whole 5 minutes anyway.
That's
So
amazing. That's when I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, that's so inspiring,
she,
because we see a lot of man, listen, we see a lot of young people, a lot of person that they put a lot of, oh, I can't do because of this, oh, I can't do because of that, you know what I mean, right? And then you see a
I
person
do
like
know, I do, I know exactly what you
69,
mean.
70 years old going and trying it and going for, I'm surprised you told me that you did the words, and then I saw the pen names. I was like, what? This is amazing. And then people put all the types of excuses, like in a place that you should try your hard to, because that's my conception. I feel like whenever I go to the gym and I put the work on and we train hard and you leave the gym, it's like we relieved, we take out something that maybe is dragging us right out of
Stress,
something.
yeah,
And
stress.
we see a lot of people putting excuse, and then I saw your picture with that old, like with that older lady. I was like, oh my God, I gotta talk to her. And I already followed you already. I don't
Okay,
know the older one. Yes, I don't know her. I never saw her. I just found out that she that had kids train jiu-jitsu. And then I was like, okay, maybe I want to try to talk to her too, because that's like very inspiring. And I want to show that. The more we can show that, I believe more people will be maybe starting to want to do that too, right?
I hope so. I can't find most of my friends, I should say, who are very tough women. They would never do this. They just never do that. It's too physical. It's too physical.
Physical, yes.
Uh, but that's what I like about it. I may be older, but it just happens to be my what I like.
What else?
So yeah, it's
Do you
great fun for me.
do you like, besides jiu-jitsu, do you do any other like sport activity like lifting, I don't know, running, whatever? No, just jiu-jitsu?
That's it. I've never
Wow,
done any sort of competitive sports at all.
that's nice. That's amazing. That's like I said, I feel like jiu-jitsu brings you something really good then,
It doesn't.
right?
I'm not a couch potato. I mean, I live on a farm. I ride horses. I four wheel. I do stuff like that. But I've just never done any competitive sports. All my family have. I've got a family full of athletes. I'm just not one of them.
Well, I guess you are now. I guess
Maybe,
you are now. So you said you live in a farm. How far is the gym from your place?
about 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, I would say, 30, 40 kilometers away from, right?
I have no idea how
No.
kilometers.
Yeah, because like I said, people put excuse for everything, right? And then you live in a farm and then you have to drive 35 minutes to go train. How often do you train?
2 to 3 times a week.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I try to hit 2 night classes and usually a lunch class if I can.
Okay.
I've gone a fourth time, like a second lunch class sometimes, but quite frankly, it's hard on me physically to
Okay.
do more than, at my age. It's a strain.
I get
I
it.
need a few days to rest.
How is your recovering? So 2 or 3 classes good for you. So you take like one day, you take one class, then let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I would say. How's your schedule?
That's it. Monday and Thursday, I go at night. And then on Wednesday and or Friday, I go a lunch class
Oh, okay.
if I can.
Okay.
I've had some back issues, which have sort of kept me from going quite as much as I'd like to. But I try to go at least twice a week, and I would rather hit the third and fourth if I can, just because I need that. You've got to go to class or you don't learn.
Exactly. Exactly. It's
Even if
yeah.
I can't last night my back was hurting and I pretty much watched everything because I knew I was going to jack up my back if I actually roll with somebody. So I just hit the chiropractor this morning, so I'm better now.
There you go. It's good. It's I believe the mental really helps too, because we want to be there, right? You like, oh my God, I want to go, I want to learn, so I gotta get better right away. I want to do something to get better. I do that all the time too. I have a hip problem since I was 12 years old. I did 3 surgeries, 4 months in the hospital, 2 years physiotherapy, and now I'm 29. So 17 years of surgery, and that never stopped me. But right now, I'm not old, right? I'm 29 years old, but my bones are like 70. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
I
I am
do. I do.
I'm trying sometimes even walk when I wake up. When I wake up, usually in the morning, like right now we are -2, and whenever it's really cold, it's like I wake up and I'm like slowly warming up until I limp a lot. I limp until maybe 9 o'clock, and then I'm okay. Boom. I have to be, taking my painkillers and stuff like that. I'm having to take 2 pills. I'm really well. I'm looking to get a stem cell treatment right now, but let's see. Lately these things are very expensive, but it's a try for me. I really want to do that.
Wow, I can't believe you're still doing jujitsu with all that going on. Wow.
Yes, it's been the last 8 years was great. I've been training, and I want to keep doing jiu-jitsu until I reach your age. That's one goal, because I just got my black belt. To be honest, I got my black belt.
Wow. Woo!
I got it last Saturday. Last Saturday. So
Congratulations.
thank you very much. It was like a pleasure. It was an amazing day for me, and it goes through my mind all everything that we have done. I'm sure whenever you reach to get your black belt too, you're gonna go to the beginning, that when you started, and you're gonna remember everything. And that's one thing that I always remember, because I need to take care of this to be able to reach your age and keep training. That's my whole point right now. I would like to like ask you, what's the feeling? Like you said that you can't, like, be without, if you could do more classes you would do it, but what's the feeling that you, when you do that week that you do 3 trainings and you feel really good, that you could explain to people, like, what, there's no feeling like that, like I do the exercise and then I take the stress out, I feel really good, so people that are your age, they could be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try that, maybe I need that on my life.
We, for people my age, especially smaller women, we have bone density problems. And I think jujitsu, especially, is all the pushing and pulling and calisthenics that we do is really good. It strengthens your bones. My bones are getting better as I got older
That's
instead
great.
of worse. A lot of it because of jujitsu.
Yeah.
I mean, those calisthenics kill me. They're so hard, but it's good for me. It's good for me. And when you're pushing and pulling it, you have to. It's good for your brain too.
A lot.
It's like oh yeah, it's a chess game. I'm not good at chess. I'm learning, but you have to think of so many different things at once in
Yeah.
jujitsu. You know, and sometimes I get to a spot and my brain just goes blank, and I'm going,
What do you do?
"What? What am I supposed to do now?" I have CRS. I can't remember stuff. So
Well, that I guess jiu-jitsu is gonna help your brain a lot. We gotta be remember
I
all the
actually
time.
I video the drills in class so that I can go home and watch them again
Wow.
several times, just to try to keep in mind what we learned. Because I walk out of the door and go, "What did we just do?" I don't remember. I mean, I do. I'm not the only one though. Even the kids tell me they do.
Yes. You trust me, you're not the only one. That's I see. I've been teaching for the last 2 years, and I see the time that I'm teaching positions, and I look around to people, and I'm like, "Do you guys get it?" And sometimes I see some guys like, "What?" Like, I just show the position for like 2-3 minutes, and you guys, "Oh no, one more time, coach." "Oh, no problem, I'll show one more time." And then we go, I show the position, I put the time on to people do the position, then you start looking around, right? To correct people and do stuff, and then you look to that person and they're like having no clue what's going on for something that is they just watched. They
But
just
you know,
watched.
watching it is very different than doing it.
Doing
It really is. 'Cause you can watch it and go, oh, that looks easy. But when you try to do it, it's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
and I don't know my right from my left either. So I have a directional problem,
Uh-huh.
which makes it harder. And to some of the steps that you guys teach, there's like 5 or 6 or 7 steps. And after about the third or fourth, I can't remember what went after that.
Yeah, no, I get. Sometimes the position goes too much. Um, whenever you're training, and then did you get any injury like that was scary for you?
Not scary, but I've had a pretty good sized hematoma on my leg from judo class. I got kicked. Well, actually, I was trying to kick somebody, and she blocked with her knee, and I had a huge knot come up on my leg that they had to surgically remove.
So
They had to
that
cut
you
it.
kicked hard then.
Oh yeah, real hard, real hard.
You had to do surgery for,
We did. It wouldn't absorb. It was so large it wouldn't absorb. It had gotten sort of goo in there, and the doctor said when they opened it, it was just gunk. It wasn't even liquid. It was
wow.
gunk, gunk. So I had to get that out because I had a tournament and it was too sore, to roll. Yeah. So I said, look, I've got a tournament. You got to get this out.
And then you took it out and then you did the tournament?
Sure.
There you go. That's amazing. Well, I feel like I'm talking some one of my stories where every time I get my knee turned or something like, oh, okay, I gotta compete in 1 week or something. We gotta get better and keep going. I had already messed up my ribs 3 times, and the last time was like, oh my god, I gotta do a tournament, and then I went to the tournament. I was okay, but then on the second match, my rib again, boom,
Oh
like kind
man.
of cracked, and I was like, oh my god, So then everything's like, the day you lose the day, right? You're just like kind of upset, but it is what it is. Injury, we cannot predict it, right? Sometimes it just happens.
I twisted my back and it was the nerve, I guess, was hanging on one of the discs. And so when we went to the Pan Am's, it was an 8 hour drive down to Orlando. And I laid out in the back seat because if I sit up, it catches nerve. And I was afraid I wouldn't be able to stand up and walk.
Yeah,
So I laid all the way down. And then when I got to the venue, I just stayed standing because I knew if I sat down, I was going to be in
would
trouble.
go. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I did okay in the match.
What tournament was that? The Masters?
The Pan Americans, the
Oh,
Pan Am's a few months ago.
oh, so that was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that's good. That's nice. Well, that's even it makes that match even better because look, I already was impressed just by seeing the match, and now I'm knowing that you were kind of injured and then you did the match. It's amazing. It's very nice to see this type of experience. I really like that. Like we always see just our own word, right? We just
Right.
thinking of, oh, I can't do this because of that. Oh my god, I got injured. And then when you talk to somebody that's like older than you and doing the same sport that you're doing and have the same type of experience, I believe we all gonna have this close experience, right? When you really like it, because sometimes people don't like, they just train once a week or stuff like that, and it's
Right.
very different. But I like to compete.
I do too.
I like to compete. So that's a plus, I believe. Whenever you do jiu-jitsu, you already change your mind, but then when you start competing, it's like you go for another level of thinking, right?
That's true. My
How
problem
Yeah.
is that when I compete, now the World Masters was different. The girls were close to my age, well, 7 or 8 years younger, but not much. But they were about my size. But then from then on, I've been competing with girls who are maybe 20 years younger than me, and some outweigh me by 25 pounds. So I
Oh
get killed.
wow.
I mean, I get killed, but I don't care. I'll do it
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. That's good. That's the whole point. We're training to overcome things, right? To
That's
overcome the how to say the barrier, or something that comes in front of you at you. How was your feeling was that your first tournament?
the World Masters was, yes,
How
right
was the
here.
feeling? How was the feeling getting there?
I was nervous going, but once I step on the mat, I'm good. I mean, because it's down to business then. You
Yes,
have no
yes.
time to be nervous.
You can step back.
You got to do what you got to do. And I had 4 matches in 70 minutes, so I was really tired. I
What?
won one, I lost one, and I tied two. So I got 2 silver medals at
Wow.
Worlds, which was
Congrats.
exciting.
That's amazing. That's amazing. 4 matches, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like I know we do a lot of matches, but I'm just, thank you for the conditions, like, traveling all the way there. How many hours? 9 hours?
Well, the World Masters, we had to fly to Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. Or you flew to Las Vegas. That was
Flew to Las Vegas for the Worlds.
Yeah.
Now they're down in Orlando next in a few weeks, and I'm signed up, but there's nobody in my bracket,
Yeah.
which is disappointing because I wanted to fight somebody.
I know, exactly. I know. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, like over here in Toronto, we have Toronto itself, we have a strong community, but around Toronto, like I had to leave Toronto to come to this place called Cambridge. So that's where I started my own gym with my friend. So I have my partner and we started our own gym. But here it's like very, like we are this at the beginning of it. We have a few gyms, like very selected, one here, one in another city close, a couple others, and I'm trying to push my best so we can make this grow. I want jiu-jitsu to grow around here. That's why I put my gym up. I'm doing this first impression BJJ because I want people to know I have like a lot of students. I'm interviewing them to spread the word. Like I want everyone to try jiu-jitsu no matter what. I got this guy called Danny at my gym. He's 65.
Oh, good for him.
Yes, and he's doing like really good. Like he trained jiu-jitsu at 60, so at 50, his first contact with jiu-jitsu, he was 50, and then he decided like keep training because the first contact that he had with jiu-jitsu was with Royler Gracie.
Oh.
Yes, and then for some reason he got injured and then he stopped, and then now he started Braga training and he's doing really good. I'm really proud of him, like he's 65 coming and doing all the classes, training with everybody. Sometimes he's like, oh, I gotta take a time. I'm like, yeah, I totally understand. Just hear your own body, right? Sometimes you gotta do that.
That's right.
Especially when we reach an age or you have an injury, you really gotta listen to it. I wonder, Lynn, like after you did the first tournament, like you were white belt, I believe, right?
No, I was a blue belt at the Masters.
Blue belt already? You did. So how many tournaments did you do?
That was my first one, was the Masters. And then I did one in Birmingham where I live. And then this year I've done one in Mississippi, and then I went down to the Pan. So I've done 4 in all.
4, okay, amazing. And that, I believe all of them was a great experience, right?
It was.
All of BJJF tournaments?
I'm not sure if the Mississippi one was. It may not have been. I'm not sure.
How is the training over there now because of the lockdowns and stuff? Is it all going well?
We did a Zoom class for 2 months in the spring, and then our gym opened in June. Okay. And so we've been open.
Since June.
Since June.
Amazing. Yeah. We've been open here since August. And we almost had to close again last week. Oh. But yes, we live in by week now. Like every week there is something new. Oh my God, these cases are going up, or this and that. But it is what it is. That's something that we cannot change. And
no,
if we try,
I don't even worry about it. Some of the people have not come back to the gym yet.
I know.
But it's coming. They'll come.
Sorry, 1 second. Someone's calling me. I know. We really trying to stay open and keep pushing, because I believe it's not only on my side of the business or whatever, but it's our mental and our escape too, because the last 6 months was kind of crazy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Everywhere, right? Not only here, I believe everywhere.
Oh yeah. Worse, I think, in the north and over in California. They've really had a hard time.
Oh yeah.
Dealing with their,
hopefully this thing now will end up. I believe there's some vaccines coming out and everybody can be free to do whatever we want. Go train jiu-jitsu, everyone. I would like to ask you, Elaine, if you could say, for like say something about jiu-jitsu for the people that has like that they think that they cannot do it because they are old or because they have some type of excuse, something. I would like you, maybe you could say something about it like that can motivate them. Like what would you kind of preach and say about jiu-jitsu, that has
Oh man,
changed your life?
I'm not a good preacher, but I have a poster that I made that says "Not too old and not too late," and I have it hanging in my room to remind me that because I don't think you're ever too old to learn something new.
Definitely.
You really need to keep involved in your life, both physically, mentally, and I don't want to be in a rocking chair knitting. That's not me.
Yeah.
And most people sort of they hit a certain age and they go, I'm too old to do anything else. No, you're not. You're not. I'm going to
Definitely.
try hang gliding probably next year. That's my new goal.
That's what I'm gonna be showing people now. Whenever I say, "Oh, I'm too old for this," don't worry, I have something here to show you, Elaine.
And you just have to pace yourself,
Yeah,
a little bit. And you know that too, just because of your injuries, you do have to listen to your body and pay attention. I normally sort of drag myself up after class to get in the bed. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. But most of the time in the morning, I'm okay. I've recovered enough to at least to get up and walk.
after a good sleep, the next day it's all good, right?
It's all good. It's all
I
good.
definitely. I hope people can listen to that. I'm gonna ask you to take a picture of your post that you say "never too late." What does it say again?
Not too old and not too late. I
Not
actually
too.
put it on my Instagram, so if you look down the way, you'll find it. But
Okay.
I'll send it to you too if you want me to.
Please do it because I'm gonna put it together with this whenever I post the episode. I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to talk to you. We don't know each other. We just start texting. I text you over Instagram and reach out to bring you to do this. I'm really happy and I want to thank you for the time, and the opportunity to talk to you. And I hope maybe sometime down the road we can talk again. And maybe whenever you get a purple belt, we're gonna do something else.
Oh man, my professor says I'll have a black belt by the time I'm 80, and I'm going 80, 80. I mean, I don't know, but I would like to at least go far enough to get a purple belt before I die. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
You
have a
will.
goal.
You
You know,
will.
and just to keep going,
You
just keep going.
keep going the way you are doing, keep training. I'm not, I'm sure you don't even need someone to push you because whatever you told me today, I feel like you very enthusiastic to go train. You really want to do that. So I'm sure you're gonna reach that. The purple belt, it's a long journey until the black belt, but every chapter has, like that good feeling. And then whenever you end one chapter, in jiu-jitsu, you're always willing to get to the next one, right? So I'm sure you're willing to get to the purple belt. As soon as you get your purple, you're gonna be like, okay, now the brown belt is the time, right? I'm gonna reach the brown belt, and I'm sure you're gonna do it. And I can't wait to see that.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
You're welcome. I One more time, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the conversation, and
Absolutely.
thank you very much. Okay. I hope you have a
Great.
great day.
I'll send you a picture.
Do it. Thank you very much, Elaine. Bye bye.
Bye. See ya.